Okay. Well, thank you for coming. My name is Richard Liu, and the name of the piece is Recovering Memphis, Listening to Untold Stories. And this piece is meant to be seen from a very, like a ground view, and there's a metaphorical reason for that. So you guys can go ahead and sit down, get as close as possible. Just don't get in front of my photographer, but get as close as possible because people will be speaking, and it's not amplified. And so if you want to hear, you need to get as close as possible. And we're going to start in about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay? All right. Thanks for coming.
Letter to the South. Truth. Truth be told, standing here in the shade and shadow of this monument, of this memorial to a Confederate Lieutenant General, one cannot help but realize how much Memphis continues to live in the past, and particularly with the legacy of Nathan Bedford Forrest. Amid the occasional hue and cry that accompanies his presence in the heart of Memphis and the hearts of many Southerners, it is with some irony that his place on Union does, one, suggest the manner in which the South did win, and two, is a hallmark to the racial strife that continues here to this day. Many outsiders not living in Memphis are yet asking and insisting that we live with their hero. And that leads us to the monument's greatest irony, that it is not even honest enough to represent and depict the past or the man it is meant to invoke. The very ugly past and the very ugly man evoked from many who lived and yet live in Nathan Bedford Forrest's brutal, inhumane, and racist shadow, characterized by slavery, Jim Crow, the Ku Klux Klan, and racism. We need to keep this monument. Nathan Bedford Forrest should not be forgiven nor forgotten, nor should he be famous in the eyes of some and infamous in the eyes of others. Nathan Bedford Forrest needs to be brought out of the shade and shadows and into the light. His deeds and his misdeeds alike need full and honest commemoration. Nathan Bedford Forrest needs the light to shine on him so that we don't let the shadows conceal the slavers' whips and chains, the mothers and children torn from one another. Fort Pillow, described then by the New York Times as, quote, one of the most atrocious and cold-blooded massacres that ever disgraced civilized warfare, unquote. Nor certainly should we absence from the memorial, from the monument, the inclusion of black disfigured bodies hanging as not-so-strange fruit from southern trees. And yes, truth be told, this memorial needs 2 crosses, one of them afire. We don't need to vilify this memorial, we need to complete it. Complete it, it will vilify itself. Nathan Bedford Forrest is alive in Memphis as the legacy of his life lives on in the subjugated state of blacks that has a heritage few today want to recognize for its origins and continuity, let alone its remedy. All too often people looking at the subjugated without asking the how and the why of their being so subjugated. What seeded it and what continues it? If asked these questions, the answer, Nathan Bedford Forrest, is certain to become prominent in answer. Out in the light, we would see the Nathan Bedford Forrest Memorial in all its facets. More truth be told, if we were to complete our work here, across the street we would erect a marker or monument or memorial twice as tall, so to give equal memory to anti-lynching Memphian Ida B. Wells. And unlike this monument that sits in the shade and the shadows, Ida B. Wells would stand in the light, outside of the shade and shadows, in order to better illuminate the who and the what and the why we need to remember.